I'm Takara Rukawa. I'm a torture sommelier in training. I hope to become a great torture sommelier like Mr. Ijyuin someday.
My name is Emma. I am a professional hostess. My job is to get all kinds of intel from drunk men.
You look great! And you smell good too. You look like a gourd.
A what?
I meant to say an hourglass.
Don't push it.
Sorry!
Rukawa, I've heard you've been working pretty hard these days. Mr. Ijyuin told me.
Ah, yes. He's a great teacher and a mentor. I'm learning a lot from him. But being a torture sommelier in training is a pretty tough job.
How so?
The endless research, meeting new clients, setting up the torture room. I work nonstop. Setting up the room is the most time-consuming. I always get all kinds of stuff, from poisonous snakes to poop.
Oh, wow.
Hey, I know. Since we're all here, I got an idea.
What?
Today, I'm going to talk to you about the 3 hardest torture rooms I've had to set up in my career.
Sounds interesting. Let's hear it.
All right, then. Coming in 3rd place, the coconut crab torture. It was a pretty simple and straightforward torture method. All you did was throw the victim in an oil barrel and throw some coconut crabs inside.
What the? Stop!
It was simple but very effective. Give them an hour or so and the crabs will start cracking your bones. These crabs ate everything.
Coconut crabs, huh?
Yeah. And preparing this took a lot of work.
I see. Where did you find them?
I hired some professionals to help me out.
Huh?
You can't legally buy or sell these crabs, so I had to catch them. Give them an hour or so, and in Japan, these crabs are found in the South region. I traveled to this secluded island just to get these crabs. These things can get pretty big, so it's pretty dangerous trying to catch these things with your bare hands. But I'm really good with animals and stuff, so I managed to get my hands on 30 of them.
Looks like you got bit quite a lot.
In some areas, you can't even hurt them. The island I went to, they allowed it, but I had to return them once I was done with them.
I see. This is really interesting.
When Mr. Ijyuin was on his own, he once caught 50 of them by himself.
You guys are awesome.
Okay, before we move on to the next one, I want to talk to you about Mr. Ijyuin's philosophy. When he tortures his targets, he makes sure that they suffer much more than the innocent people they victimized. Here's what he had to say about this.
Rukawa. The law is there to punish criminals, but at the same time, it also tries to rehabilitate them. Needless to say, this doesn't sit well with the families of the victims. And I don't blame them. Their loved one is gone, but the killer gets to live on. Regardless, we live in a society of law, and if the criminal is willing to pay for their mistakes, I believe that we should all obey the law. But some criminals, they use money and power to cheat the system, and that's where I come in, to set things straight. If they don't want to play by the rules, fine. I don't have to play by the rules either. The law can't protect them anymore. My job is to make them suffer much more than the victims, and to make them realize what they've done. They killed the innocent for no good reason, and the families of the deceased, we can only imagine what they're going through. So the only way to make this right is to make the killer suffer a long and painful death. I want to see them devastated. I want them to regret what they've done before I send them to hell. So I always make sure the killers suffer 1,000,000 times more than the victims.
There you have it. Couldn't agree more.
Mr. Ijyuin is always saying, "What I do isn't pretty, but if it helps the families of the victims move on, then so be it."
Okay then, moving on. The second place goes to the hole hanging. We fill these holes with feces and urine, then we hang the victims upside down and dip them inside. We also added some poisonous insects to spice things up. Give it half a day and the insects will start making nests inside their noses and ears. Usually these guys aren't useful for anything, but at least they got to become bug food. So, what makes this hard to prepare? Collecting the feces and urine.
I bet. How do you even do it?
Mr. Ijyuin really likes using feces and urine to punish his victims, so I'm always on the lookout to get my hands on some feces. So I built my own feces network.
Oh, I see.
I know some people in the waste management business, so whenever I need a lot of human waste, I give them a call, and I usually get them in trucks.
Wow, it's splashing all over the place.
Oh, it's fine. These feces are very valuable, so. And it helps us punish bad guys, so I'm always grateful. Oh, and the poisonous insects? We get them from Rahai-san. He's always letting us use his insects to torture our victims. And he takes great care of his insects. Every time he goes through the feces to get the bugs back.
Oh, wow.
I look up to him a lot. Speaking of Rihei-san, he helped us just the other day. This one likes hiding in dark places. This might tickle. He shoved this huge centipede into the guy's ears and made it eat his brains from the inside. Okay, maybe we should take a little break. Presenting ASMR footage of Mr. Ijyuin and I beating on our victims.
What?
Whenever we torture our victims, we usually beat the crap out of them before we start. I made a little compilation video. Enjoy! Check it out, roll the tape!
Okay.
Okay then, moving on.
That was quite nice, actually.
The first place goes to the alligator torture.
Is it even possible to get alligators?
It's not about whether it's possible or not, it's how you get it done.
Oh, right.
We fed the victims to the gators by hanging them from above like this. Oh, my face! The gators are starving, so they'll eat pretty much anything. Getting all those gators, it's a lot of work.
I bet.
Usually when I need gators, I call this guy up. He rents out gators for a living. Getting the gator into the room is the hardest part. These things are wild, so sometimes they get out of control. 2 or 3 of them usually get away before he can get them into the room. We always have to chase after it, and it's pretty scary but exciting.
Oh, wow.
But I got really good at catching gators because of it.
Being a torture sommelier assistant must be a lot of work. You're a tough one, I'll give you that. I bet Mr. Ijyuin expects a lot from you, too.
Oh yeah, but I'll never give up. Just like you. Mr. Ijyuin saved me, so.
Ah, right. When you were 20.
This gang attacked and killed my family. My parents sacrificed themselves to get me out of there. I was devastated, though. My heart was broken. I couldn't eat or sleep for days. And these guys, they kept coming after me. Then I met Mr. Ijyuin.
What on earth happened to you?
Please help me, sir. I've heard a lot about you. You're the only one who can help me, please. Help me avenge my family's death.
Yeah, I remember that.
Yeah, you helped me out big time too, Emma-san. Thank you for that. And Godai-san too.
Maybe you should make a separate video about this.
Ah, look at the time. I gotta go. See you all in the next video.
Oh, okay. Well, it was nice learning new things about you. You're all right, Rukawa.
Thanks.
Thank you for watching. Don't forget to check out our other videos. And please subscribe to the channel.